Okay, it's time for Jerry and the Goddesses, Part 14. No trigger warnings for this part, but one quick note that this takes place concurrently with Part 13. I sat down in the shower and stared at the ground. Inanna was completely beside herself. She was simultaneously livid and distraught, and it was all my fault. Her shrieks carried through the walls and the sound of the running water, threats and insults directed at Sarissa and punctuated by sobs and wordless wails of pain. We had picked her up at the airport. I have no idea why she had to take a flight, considering she can teleport anywhere, as far as I know. Gary was still with her, and both of them were all smiles and hugs. It was still weird seeing her in clothes with normal human eyes, but I had to admit that the blood-red sundress and black choker suited her very well. Inanna insisted upon dropping Gary off at the train station right away. As we did, Gary took me aside. He told me how lucky I was to have a woman so capable, beautiful, and loyal. Suddenly, my romp with Sarissa started to seem like a really shitty thing to do. I'd been so sure Inanna would be all over Gary. I was even more wrong than I knew. As soon as he was gone, Inanna had insisted that Sarissa drive so that I could join her in the back seat. Sarissa acceded, of course, and as soon as we took off, Inanna pounced. "Jerry, I haven't had nothing twixt my nethers what didn't run on battery since I left," she said, ripping at my clothes. I appreciated the reference, but her words had implications. Oh, crap, what have I done? She immediately clocked my hesitation. "Jerry, what's wrong?" I looked down, unable to meet her eyes. I saw her turn to Sarissa. "Sarissa, do you know why he's acting like this?" Sarissa sighed and told her. Inanna didn't say a word the rest of the drive, and when we got back to my apartment, I caught a flash of tears in her eyes as she got out and ran up the stairs. I sat there. I looked up at Sarissa. "I didn't know," I said. Then I realized that she probably did, goddess of knowledge and all that. "Did you know that she would care?" Sarissa sighed again. She turned around to face me, and I could actually see guilt in her black eyes. "The simple answer is no, but that's not the whole truth. She's never cared about this before, but she's also never had a single manifestation for so long. Jerry, what's happening with both of us, all three of us rather, now is unprecedented. We were asleep in hibernation for so long. Only the most primitive parts of us were active, feeding on activities in our portfolios. We lacked any awareness of the mortal world all this time until you woke us. And the world now is so much different. People actually care about our portfolios in a way they never did before. Survival used to be an ever-present concern for most people, and for those for whom it wasn't, there were affairs of state, theology, diplomatic matters. We had been long asleep by the time of the professional army, or even feudalism, the university, the formalization of education, the Western widespread acceptance of romantic love. When we woke into this world, neither of us wanted to return to the way things were. This is a better world, Jerry, and a very different one. We're both doing things differently. We're behaving out of character, as it were. Our relationship with you is changing us for the better, I hope. It's making us more mortal in our personalities. This, all of this, including the way Inanna is hurting, this is all new. But that's not an excuse. I should have known, except, Jerry, I didn't care to know. I ignored that part of me that could have foreseen Inanna's reaction so that I could be completely in the moment with you. It was selfishness. It was, I agreed, but not just yours. I could have said no. I should have. We need to go talk to her, and we can never, ever do that again. I agree. Never again. We went inside to talk to Inanna. I found her sitting on the floor at the foot of the bed, arms on her knees, staring at the carpet. We talked, and Inanna exploded. Things went badly, to say the least. So that brings us to now. Me in the shower, my last refuge, curled up in a ball and kicking myself for being such a selfish, inconsiderate asshole. And a coward, else I'd be out there too. Jesus, Jerry, what the hell is wrong with you? Sarissa's voice never reached a volume that I could hear, but I could tell from Inanna's responses that she was still talking, still trying to apologize. This went on for an hour until things eventually went silent. I heard the front door close gently. The squeak tended to carry through the walls. and then nothing for a while. I turned off the water, toweled off, and walked out. And Anna was still there, laying on her side on the bed in the fetal position. I stood there a long moment, unsure of what to do. I wanted so badly to comfort her, but I knew that anything I did would only make things worse. Eventually, I stopped thinking and just started talking. And Anna, if there is anything at all that I can do that will even partially make up for this, just tell me. I'll do it. Some weird sex act, another fighting vacation, or even arranging a... My voice broke. I caught my breath and continued. A meeting between you and someone else like Gary for some payback. I'll do it. Anything. I don't I don't expect you to forgive me. I was wrong and I fucked up badly and I am so sorry. I don't even really deserve to be forgiven. I just want you to maybe stop hurting just a little. She lay there silently. I knew she wasn't sleeping because I could see her shoulders shake occasionally in a sob. I waited a bit and then finally bit the bullet and sat down on the bed beside her. Tentatively, I put a hand on her arm. She didn't throw it off, so I laid down and wrapped myself around her. I am so sorry, I whispered. Please tell me what I can do to make this right. Anything at all. Anything you need, Inanna, I swear. If you need to never see me again, I'll take that. If you need to hurt me, I'll take that too. Just tell me what I can do to help you feel better. Is it true? She turned her head slightly towards me. Is what true? I asked. You really didn't think I would care? I nodded. Yes, I promise you, you've always been so wanton, for lack of a better word. You've entertained strippers and had lap dances and messed around with them. You've invited women back here and you've always been so carefree. It honestly just never even occurred to me. I thought you would be all over Gary during the whole trip. I guess I never noticed that you only ever messed around with women, only when I was there. He means it, you know. We both looked up. Sarissa had returned and was standing in the doorway. She had an aura about her, some of that black light. No, it's not like an ultraviolet lamp, but light that was somehow black from when she showed off her divinity to mortals. He will absolutely do anything he can to make you feel better. Since his feelings, Inanna. Hell, since mine. Both of us are broken up about this. Inanna turned to me. I believe you. I believed you before Sarissa said anything. I smiled a little, but only for a second. Guys, Sarissa said, I am so happy that you've found a path towards a resolution on this, but I think we need to set this matter aside. We have a problem, a seriously bad problem. What is it? I asked. Astram, she said. The end.